Hello, I'm Rick Pabick, President of Design Research. Design Research is a custom market research company serving the home and housewares industries, and we are a longtime member of the IHA. Thanks for listening and viewing our presentation on sustainability for housewares companies. This presentation is one of two we created for the Chicago show. Unfortunately, of course, we're doing it this way now. The other presentation is entitled "The Sale Doesn't End at the Register. Understand the power of the user experience in growing your brand." That fits with this one, and you'll see about that as I go along. Both presentations will be available through the IHA and through the Design Research website. Before I get into the research, I want to thank the IHA for setting this up and for the many years of presentations we've been able to do through the Innovation Theater program. So this presentation is part of a series of research projects that we call the American Living Survey. That's an ongoing study of American homes, including design, decor, furnishings, colors, materials, styles, and lifestyles. This particular edition focuses on recent research on the role of sustainability in housewares products. What we've been doing is switching. Every 2 years we focus on changes in design in homes. And then on the off year, we do a different but related topic. This is kind of an off year. The goal of the American Living Survey General is to bring you closer to your consumer via demographics, design trends, lifestyle trends, product trends, consumer needs and wants, and thereby empowering you to grow your sales. Taos is published by Design Research. We're a research and consulting company whose specialty is helping companies who make products for the home. We reduce risk and grow sales by aligning products, packaging, advertising, messaging, branding, and marketing strategies with consumer desires, needs, and wants. We like to say that we help you to excite and delight your consumers. Every year at the show, I like to put up a slide like this to say thank you to our clients and friends, many of whom often come to the show and come to our presentation, and who have helped us to find success over the years. So thank you to all. And with that, into the information. So sustainability for housewares companies. It's no surprise, of course, that there's a growing demand for sustainability in all aspects of life. In 2017, the conference board found that 81% of global respondents said it's extremely or very important that companies implement programs to improve the environment. But one of the things that we did is we ran a survey in which we asked a series of statements as to whether consumers agreed with them or not, or if they described them. One of the statements we made is, "I've made a major investment in saving the environment, such as buying or leasing an electric car or installing solar panels on my home." 28% of the 500 people, this is a quantitative study, everything I'm presenting today is results of quantitative research. 28% said yes, they've done that. Not surprisingly, the incidence of making a major investment rises with income, so it was 17% for those under 50,000 and 37% for those over 100,000. Also not surprising, it's stronger in the West than the South, probably because they're referring to solar panels, which obviously are more productive in the West than the South. Also, it's true of those who live in urban areas more so than suburban and rural areas. We asked the question, when you purchase durable household goods such as bakeware, cookware, small appliances, cooking tools, dinnerware, glassware, storage products, etc., do you ever think about the lifespan of the product? Well, interestingly, 90% said they think about the lifespan of the product. 40% said always, 50% said sometimes, and only 10% said, I don't really give it much thought. And of those 10, that was more likely to be boomers at 18% than Gen Yers at 6%. Put that image there of a microwave going into a garbage can for a reason, and I'll come back to that a little bit later in the presentation. We asked the question, have you seen housewares products with labels that indicate the product was manufactured with environmental sensitivity or sustainability? Now remember, we had 90% saying they think about the lifespan of kitchen products. So we said, have you seen labels that say kitchen products are made with environmental sensitivity or sustainability? And the answer was only 23%. So there's quite a gap between expectations or desires and what they've actually been able to find. Only 23% said, yes, I've found Housewares products labeled that they're environmentally friendly. Not surprisingly, we also saw a higher incidence of that awareness on the part of Gen Y and urban residents, and no doubt there's a lot of crossover between those two. We asked if a company clearly communicates their environmental or sustainability credentials in their marketing or packaging, are you more likely to buy from them? 81% said yes, they are. 36% said definitely, and 46% said probably. What a huge advantage. 90%, think about this, 90% are out looking for products. 81% said they would definitely or probably buy them if they found products that were labeled as having good environmental credentials. That's more so for urbanites than suburbanites and rural people saying definitely. If a product features a label that indicates that the product was manufactured with environmental sensitivity or sustainability, which best describes your perception of the price? Well, think about this now. 68% expect a higher price. So if we go back, we had 90% looking for product. Okay. We had 81% saying that they would be more likely to buy a product that's labeled as having environmental credentials. Now we're discovering that 68% expect a higher price. And of that 68%, we see Gen Yers, the younger audience, of course, is more likely to say they expect a higher price. And the real question is, okay, if you expect a higher price, are you willing to pay more? And, excuse me, I should also say that expecting a higher price had a higher incidence among those with higher incomes and among those who are urbanites or suburbanites. So, willing to pay more? 52% said they're willing to pay more, or they expect a higher price and are willing to pay more. Think about that. What a marketing opportunity this is. Not only is this good for the planet, but it's good for your business because there's people out there with a desire, an unmet desire, basically, for more sustainable products in our product category. We asked, are you willing to pay more? Again, 52% said yes. So then we said, well, the logical question is, how much more are you willing to pay? And the answer there was this distribution. 38% was the modal. That was 38% saying, well, I would pay 10% more. But when we average all of those numbers out, there's actually a weighted average premium of 12.5%. So you have an unmet demand with people seeking products that are more planet friendly and sustainable, and they're willing to pay more. And it's the younger customers who you, of course, want to capture for their entire career, their entire purchasing lifespan with your brand, hopefully, and they're willing to pay more. That's a pretty good opportunity. We also asked the questions, I'm willing to pay, the response to the statement, I'm willing to pay a premium for environmentally responsible goods, 53%, different survey, almost the same number as the 52%. And I only buy environmentally responsible or sustainable products if the price is the same as others, 46% saying that, okay. So, what can a company do to get credit for its sustainability practices? Well, tell your consumers about your company and what it does if you're indeed doing something that is environmentally sustainable. We asked the statement, I think more highly of companies that show and prove they are concerned about the welfare of their employees. 90% agreed with that. 89% agreed with the statement, I think more highly of companies that show and prove they are concerned about the environment. If you're doing good things for your company or your planet, tell them. Okay, create icons, graphics, and symbols that clearly and easily communicate your earth-friendly practices. We had the statement, I like companies that clearly label their packaging with their earth-friendly practices, and 88% said they agreed with that. little more so for women than men. Or use somebody else's labels. The EPA has many labels that certify a wide variety of products in terms of, you name it, from energy consumption to clean indoor air quality to cleaning products, you name it. There's a lot of different labels that you can apply for. Obviously, you have to really live the life. You have to actually have products that fit those labels. But EPA is one source of labeling, or you can create your own, as Target has done. Target created Target Clean, which is an icon that simplifies shopping for products formulated without specific chemicals. So they're more environmentally friendly chemicals. Note the flag-like approach that they're taking there. It's almost reminiscent of the flag that was created for Earth Day. Or you can be like EcoPan and go all the way and do, from scratch, create eco-friendly products that are, in this case, made out of recyclable aluminum and stainless steel, have a ceramic coating, all the packaging is recycled paper, and the labels are printed with soy-based ink. It is possible to go this route, and in so doing, command higher prices and attract younger consumers. Just this month, while I was preparing this presentation, I found an article in the Times that said the European Union is introducing what they call the Circular Economy Action Plan, which all manufacturers that are selling into the European Union should be aware of. They found that surveys of European consumers found that consumers wanted electronic devices that last longer. They want clearer indications of product lifespans, easier repairs, readily available replacement parts, and want to recycle only when devices are no longer usable. So think back to the slide I had earlier with the microwave going into the garbage can. Yeah, I recently had to replace a microwave. We had one that lasted about 10 years. I bought a new one. It lasted less than a year. I went online trying to find a service facility. I couldn't find one anywhere near me. So I searched online trying to find out what was wrong with it. It looked like it was probably a bad fuse. So I bought a new fuse online thinking, well, it can't be hard to replace a fuse. And sitting there with the fuse, I take the microwave apart, only to discover that I can see the fuse sitting inside a completely sealed interior metal box that I could not open. And frankly, I don't think anybody could open it. It was built so that it could not be opened. So I had no choice but to throw away the microwave. And guess how I feel about that brand? Okay, which is actually the subject of our other presentation that accompanies this. So I'll leave the rest of that for that. But the European Union Circular Economy Action Plan calls for products that last longer, are easier to repair or upgrade, easier to recycle, easier to reuse, feature reduced packaging, feature battery recycling, textile recycling, and feature common smartphone chargers. Apparently that's a big thing for Europeans. Again, there are other sources that you can look to for guidance in creating products that are sustainable. The Sustainability Accounting Standards Board is one. They have industry-specific standards that you can consult. There's the Global Reporting Initiative. It's a learning exchange space where you can exchange experience and expertise with other companies for manufacturing. The UN has Sustainable Development Goals. Number 12 is responsible consumption and production. And we're frankly doing very poorly on this goal as a planet, but it's one that you can consult as a possible support for your sustainable activities. In the course of this, we said, what can a research company do to help save the planet? Well, we'd like to think we're trying to do our share at least. We went virtual 2 years ago before it became very popular recently, unfortunately. And we took 4 cars off the road when we did that, when our office went virtual. Sadly, those are not our cars. In so doing, we calculated that we saved over 1,500 gallons of gasoline a year. That equates to about 2 hours of daily commuting time for 2 of our employees. It saved all of us $4,000 a year in fuel, saved 32 barrels of oil. It saved the amount of carbon sequestered by 18 acres of forests per year, and saved the equivalent of 5 tons of waste recycled instead of landfilled. All of these things you can find online that translate, obviously. How can we help you to grow your business through sustainability? Well, I hope that this presentation has communicated that consumers place value on sustainable products and are willing to pay more for them. So here are some ways we can help to advance your business with that knowledge. First, new product idea generation studies to identify unmet needs as they relate to sustainability and environmental concerns. Just as an example, we're working with a company now that is making cleaning solutions and is going to a completely sort of bio-friendly, sustainable cleaning program that enables you to not have to even buy nasty chemicals in the store anymore. It's a unique new product, and we're helping them to test it with consumers. We can do design and concept testing to test the ideas that present sustainability as a feature and explore the price premium that it carries. We can do advertising and positioning testing to identify the best ways to communicate sustainability, including images and symbols. We can do packaging studies to evaluate which packaging approach best communicates sustainability. And we can do in-home product placement studies to test whether new products perform as they're supposed to. That's our presentation on sustainability. Again, the accompanying presentation is complementary to this. And this is available through the IHA website, and it will be available through our website at www.designres.com. And if anyone has any questions on this, I invite you to just email me at rick@designres.com. Again, thank you very much. I hope this is helpful to you, and we hope we can help you with these challenges.
Thank you, Rick.